We can have a look back at the British boys here. Joe Frazer on pommel horse. Good swing there. 2 lovely handstand positions. You're only allowed 2, but he's swinging beautifully high above the pommel horse. Of course, Joe Frazer has got in all-around finals in 2 days, and he's really impressed us with his work here. Very difficult routine, turns on the one end. They've had a fantastic competition, the British lads. And that was a great routine to finish with.
Solid routine from Joe there. Obviously be a little bit disappointed with the high bar, but pommels is a difficult piece of apparatus to finish on, and he knows that was a good routine. And these lads need the experience. Next up, Max Whitlock, already secured into the pommel horse final. Picks up the work. That's the difficult skill on one handle, the Russian Wendy swing. And he picks up on the second handle there. Keeps the momentum into the flare and just lost momentum there. That's a very difficult skill. Up into handstand, back down into circle, known as the Buznare. And this is something that he's struggled with a couple of times in the past. We've seen him stop, just losing that momentum. He's got to compose himself. Back onto the apparatus. And again, up into the handstand and repeats the skill. That's how you do it. He's got such a difficult routine. This gives him such a difficult start value and difficult for other people to catch. The flare work and travelling along the horse. This is good work. Much better pace and momentum. Up into the handstand, no problems with the pirouette, but a disappointing routine from Max.
So, bit of a disappointment for Max, but he'll want to do much better in the pommel horse final. And the gymnasts leave the arena to get ready for the...
Well, I can't quite believe what happened there. I mean, it was just the most incredible competition to be commentating on, Beth. I mean, it was Russia and China neck and neck kind of all the way through. Japan had a really good shout, didn't they, until kind of halfway through the competition as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just picked up a couple of falls halfway through, but actually, Russia and China, you got to hand it to him. The pressure that was out there, you could see how much it meant to both teams, and for Nagorny to go up last knowing that he had to go clean. If he had fallen, it would have been neck and neck to take that title.
I mean, he performed superbly all the way through. Him and kind of him and his teammate Dalaloyan did incredibly well. We're just going to have a look back at some of those kind of routines. We're going to start with Nagorny's vault, if we can, please. So here we go with Nagorny's vault.
Yeah, Nagorny gets so much height, has time to kick out, open up, look for that landing. And we did talk about these landings being what they needed to win the title. And had China not had that final fall, it would have gone down to the landings. But here we can see the final piece of apparatus with Dalaloyan on high bar. And even though he was the middle competitor for them, there's still so much pressure. He had seen that China had already had that fall, so they knew they had to go clean, and that title was theirs.
And I mean, what's interesting is, how do you decide as a team which gymnast to put up when? Because you know what, the pressure did all end up on Nagorny's shoulders, and I sort of said in commentary that he can handle it. We've watched him grow, we've watched him kind of compete on this world stage, but that order was so important, wasn't it?
It was, and it will have been interesting whether the coaches will have spoke with the gymnast. Do they prefer to go up in the middle? Do they prefer to go up at the end? Nagorny's got plenty of experience going up last, knowing that he has to perform, whether it was at Europeans earlier this year to take the all-around title. So you could see how much it meant to the teammates. But
look at Beliavsky just pacing around.
It was hard for Beliavsky. He's been such a huge member of this team for so many years, and he used to do maybe 4 or 5, 6 pieces, and now he only does a couple of pieces for them.
I love the way the fire in his belly, Ngoni just kind of runs up and jumps onto the high bar himself. So much fire in there.
Yeah, and one thing I have noticed in this arena, normally the gymnasts are really close to the high bar, so you would be able to hear your teammates shouting for you. But actually, in this arena, the rest of his team are really far away from him, so he would have been completely on his own. He wouldn't have been able to hear any of his teammates shouting for him, but you can see how many times he's performed this routine. He uses the catch-ebs, which are maybe a slightly less riskier than the Kovac's, which is a double somersault over the bar, but his execution, we knew he scored over a 14 in qualification, but to go out there and perform under that pressure. His wife was in the arena and she won the silver medal last night, so I would not have liked to have been her either.
And that team there, they've all got their names in that history book. The first time the Russian Federation will feature, because it was USSR as beforehand, but China gallantly take the silver medal as well, and Japan in third. Great Britain finished in 5th, and they're now live with David McDavid. Let's have a word with the boys.
Well, Max, 5th in a world final, a very high quality world final. Just put that into context for us.
Yeah, I mean, we can look back at it and we can think, you know, we didn't get a medal. But actually, if you look at the teams that we're against, it's a very hard competition. And we knew that and we wouldn't want it any other way. We can look back and collectively as a team, we've done amazing. But there's still more that we can do. There's definitely more work that I need to do, you know, as a team. But there's more things we can pick up on, more stuff we can improve on. If we look at the scores, we still have the potential to go higher and get closer up to those top 3 teams. So that's what we're aiming towards. That's what our goal is. We just got to do it in a day.
There is a big gap though between the top 3 and the rest, isn't there? I mean, a lot of work obviously has to be done to try and bridge that.
Yeah, I think it's just perfecting on the day. I've always said sport is sport and gymnastics is very tough sport. So perfecting on the day is very tough. You know, you work all these years, you work all these hours in the gym, and you have to nail every single move every single time in that competition floor. Hopefully, you know, we'll all crack it right on, you know, in future competitions, in future championships. But we can take so much positives from this one. And all we need to do, you know, is just collectively get it all together. And next time, hopefully, we can go higher.
On a personal note, we saw something we're not used to seeing from you out there, a mistake on pommel, but that was a 7 difficulty. That was a really difficult routine you put out there. Yeah,
I put my hardest difficult out there. Yeah, I did make a mistake, and that's what I'm saying. There's stuff that I can work on, you know, moving forwards, and hopefully help bump that team score up a little bit as well on what I've done today. But again, I always say from mistakes you learn, and I'm definitely learning from what I've done today, and hopefully, you know, I won't make that mistake going forward.
James, a fantastic 6 pieces from you. He started off really well in wigs, just kind of lost momentum in the final 3.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say lost momentum. I think that's a little bit harsh, but I think I started really well. High bar, I thought, under pressure, I did an enormously good job, I thought. And floor, my highest score yet. And pommel, yeah, a little bit lost momentum, as you say. But yeah, I thought it was a great comp for absolutely everyone. I mean, I know we had a couple of mistakes. Everyone had something here and there, but I thought, you know, these boys should be enormously proud. And that was probably one of the comps I've enjoyed the most in my whole career. So yeah, onwards and upwards from here.
And as you say, it was a fantastic score again from you. It bodes well going into that all-around final.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, seeing the standard and what we have to do as a collective to reach the top 3 is enormous. So I think for me, Friday, I'm just going to go all out and, you know, lay all my cards out on the table and do what I can.
And Dom, we could see that you all were really pumped up for it today. Was that the plan, to just go for it?
I think, yeah, we know the situation that we're in. It's 3 up 3 to count. You can't really have any mistakes. And the teams that we're against, they've been on the scene for ages. We're still a young team, and what we did out there, we should all be proud of that. And it's a building block for us. The Olympics next year, we know where our baseline is now. We're not stopping now, and we're going to chase those guys.
Joe, a good round from yourself. Just that mistake on high bar, but some of the landings were really stuck. I don't know if you've got glue in your socks.
Not quite, but yeah, this competition it's quite hard. You know, like Dom said, being 3 up 3 to count. It's really difficult to go out there knowing that every routine you do is going to count towards that team, and you obviously want the best for your guys and how much you work together in that build up. So to deliver those kind of routines, as difficult as they are, it is really hard, and I'm proud of each and every one of us for going out there, showcasing what we can do, and we know we can do so much better, so I'm looking forward to the future.
And Jarny, first senior final after a horrendous 3 years, a horrific injury, and what about that ball? Incredible, all the guys were on their feet jumping around.
Yeah, I mean, I had the nerves in the qualification, so the aim of today was to just go out there and, you know, put it all on the line, have fun, enjoy it. And after sticking my vault, you know, that gave me that pump of energy, like, come on, we can do this. And then I get to P-bars, again, get through a routine, make sure I'm, you know, safe and get through, no falls. And then come to floor, I just wanted to put it all out on the line. Like, we're going to go big. If we want to try and win a medal, we've just got to put it all out there. And, you know, sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. And, you know, unfortunately today it didn't, so.
Well, guys, we can't blame you for going for it. Really well done today.
Do you know, I want to keep that applause going, because to come 5th with falls in the World Championship team final, I think was just absolutely incredible. I thought each and every one of them really pushed themselves to the max there. And to be fair, yeah, maybe it didn't go their way today, but they've got their moves, they've got them down. And when they hit, I tell you what, watch out.
Yeah, I think that shows the potential that team's got, and Max spoke about it, that it is building on that from now, heading into next year. They've got the routines down. There may be a few upgrades, but actually a lot of the difficulty is already there, and they've got a year now to consolidate that. There'll be lots of other competitions for them to go and try out. Max obviously spoke about his fall, but he tried the 7 start. By that time, by that point in the competition, it was last rotation. They probably thought, actually, we've got nothing to lose, I might as well try that routine ahead of Saturday. So it's great to get the performances out there. Disappointing for them that they didn't happen on the day.
I think that's it. It just didn't happen on the day. And actually, with all of your experiences, it's well worth trying all of these routines on a stage like this.
It is, and sport is sport. Unfortunately, with gymnastics, you can do 10 out of 10 routines every single day of your life and then come out into competition, and that smallest little bit of timing can just make it all go wrong. So they can be immensely proud of themselves, and they've now got another year, well, 9 months heading into Tokyo.
Well, Zhu Jingwang today, I think, did the best P-bar routine that I have ever seen in my life. And you know, P-bars was one of my favourite pieces of apparatus. It was just totally sensational. Flawless from start to finish, I thought, Beth. And when Craig was talking about the prize for elegance, surely this is a strong contender.
And to have a score of a 16 plus, I mean, I think it's the only 16 that we've seen, and it just shows the style. His legs are locked together the whole time. There is, to be honest, I don't even know where they got the 0.6.7 to take off him, because everything is perfectly in handstand. His legs are locked together, the landing on the dismount. So credit to him to be able to come out and perform. We saw him last year and we were talking about him there, and he is someone that you would want on your team to boost that team score.
Absolutely, and he's working his way towards the dismount, which had unbelievable height on it as well. Just the time, the space, the flow. I mean, this is textbook, absolute textbook. Look at that.
The only thing you could possibly say is his chest was slightly low on the dismount, but other than that...
Beth, you are
hard. No, but I genuinely don't know where the rest of the deductions are coming from, so I think that is probably where the majority of the deduction came from.
Well, they took the silver, Japan took the bronze, so that was the 1, 2 and 3 as far as the men's team are concerned. Yesterday there was quite the team final. The USA beat the rest of the world by 5 points.